Hey everyone, and good morning. Thanks for joining me on this wonderful Monday morning of a holiday week. Today we're going to be going through and diving into your listings and how you can manage your listings within your IQ office. So you're going to get a screen that looks like this when you log in. And when you're logged in, you're able to see all of your listings. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to actually act as an agent so you can see what it looks like from an agent point of view. And when you're looking at your listings, you can access your listings by clicking this quick link here at the top of the screen. You also can go over into listings, my listings here, and you can access them that way. So as you're accessing your listings, there's a couple things that you need to know about. One, we're pulling from the MLS every 5 minutes. So we're working on making sure that your listings are up to date. The information is coming direct from your MLS, and we're able to really make sure that that is accurate. Once you click on listings, it's going to open your main listings dashboard. And so from within your listings dashboard, you can go in and you can see all of your listings. Now, a few of you may also have a tab at the top that says company listings. And let me just show you what that looks like really quick so that you can see the difference, just depending on what your company listings versus and your settings are. So some of you have a tab at the top that says all listings, and then you have a separate tab that says my listings. So that's how you can access the difference in the two. Once you're in this screen, there's a lot that you can do with your listings. So if I scroll through, I can actually go in, and from the actions button on the right-hand side, I can easily go in and I can be social with it. So I can tweet, put it on Facebook, pin it, put it on LinkedIn, or open the website. When I click on one of those icons, it's going to open the tab in a separate tab and start the process of sharing. So it's going to go ahead, open up my personal Facebook, create that link, and then I can choose where this goes. So I can say, hey, I'm going to share this on my newsfeed or story. I also can go in and share it on a page I manage or on a friend's timeline. So you're setting those share settings here from within Facebook. If you want to go in and see more about your listing, you can go in and you're going to click Actions and Edit. And that is going to open up the edit screen. Again, you always know that you're in an edit screen for content because the screen will slide out from the left-hand side and you'll see the tabs at the top that allow you to do different things with your listing. So from this page, you can see at the top, there's again that opportunity to share the information. You also can link through virtual tours, video tours, and second video tours. If your listings have tours from the MLS, we will absolutely be pulling those over in the information. And if your company is using a video generator with us, we will also post the links to those videos here. Keep in mind that as you have videos created, you can see them there, and you can also go in and always edit those links. As you scroll down further, you can see on the right-hand side, all the images are pulling from MLS. If your MLS restricts the number of photos that you can upload, so let's say, hey, your MLS only allows 20 photos uploaded. You can always upload more photos by going to this upload button here, and then clicking that you understand. So it's going to tell you by editing the images, this property will no longer display images from the MLS, and you understand that you're no longer updating the images from the MLS. That way, when you add photos or change the order of the photos, you know that the MLS isn't just going to overwrite all your changes. So you're going to click I understand. You can click add files, and then you can go in and you can say, hey, I need to add these photos here. So let's go in. I'm going to say, hey, these are the photos I need to add. And I click open, it's going to automatically upload those, and you're going to see them in that box. So as it uploads, you're going to be able to see all of those listings in that box. Here we go. I added photos, so there were 14 photos before. I added 2 more, and here they are. A note that if you want to go in and delete, you can actually check the boxes next to the photo, and then there is a delete button here, so then you can change those photos here. If you don't like the order of the photos or you upload them in the wrong order, again, you can just click, drag, and drop all of these. And if at any time you decide, hey, I want to allow uploading from MLS again, you would just click this allow button here, and then it's going to automatically change that setting. So as you're looking at this, do you have any questions about uploading images or how that portion works. All right. Awesome. I do want to point out underneath this contact information, oh, there's a question. So it said, hey, when you allowed images to upload from the MLS, it erased all the images. It did. So it's going to erase all the images and then it's going to pull. So in the next 5 minutes, when it pulls those images, it's going to repopulate that image tab from the MLS. Does that answer your question? Awesome. Good question. Thanks for asking. So underneath the contact information, so it's going to have your information as the listing associate, and then you can attach your seller to the listing. To start attaching your seller to the listing, you can just start typing the seller's name. This information here is pulling directly from your CRM. So you're pulling directly from your CRM. If you haven't entered the seller in, you can actually click this little person next to the field. You would add their contact information as well as login information for a portal, and it would automatically add them in. As you're making changes to your listing, much like when you're making changes to a contact, don't forget to click the Save button in the upper right-hand corner so that you're not losing information as you go through. As you scroll down further, you're going to see more information about the listings. You're also going to see the MLS remarks. So if you want to display a different remarks on your website than you have on MLS, you can actually go in and you can change this description here. Once you go in, you would type all of this in, and notice it will let you know that this field has been modified through your office, and it will not be updated by the remarks from MLS data feed. If again you decide to change that, you can click the Allow Override from Data Feed. It's going to process, and then the next time it comes through, it's automatically going to upload from the MLS. The last portion on this page is a story, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but this is a section where your seller can actually log into your portal and access the story and add a story. So on your website, once you attach a seller, they automatically get a portal that they can log into either on your company site or on your personal site, and there's a section in there for property story, where they can say, hey, I want to create a property story, and they can type their story about the holidays at this home and how much they love spending time, etc., etc. Once they click OK, it automatically will populate in your back office. As the agent, you can always go in and edit this. It also will automatically default to inactive so that you have to activate it. The reason for that is you want to make sure that you're proofreading what your sellers say. We've all had that seller who at time goes outside of the lines and puts in information that does not comply with MLS standards, fair housing, or equal housing. And we want to make sure that you're protecting yourself and able to edit that information before it goes on. So it automatically defaults to inactive, and then you can activate it. Any questions about editing the description or the story? All right, so a few other things that you can see at the top of the screen here. You've got a showing request link. So if your company is using the showings section, you can actually go in and see the showing request link. Then you can copy and paste this either into a website or into your MLS, and outside agents can automatically go in and request showings. You also can print or email flyers from here. So I can say, hey, I need to print or email my flyers, and it's going to automatically open up the flyers available. You can scroll through and say, hey, I like this just listed green. It's going to automatically insert all of the information about the listing, including the photos, so I can see here everything that's going on. Remember, we deleted the photos, so there's no photos in there. If I wanted to edit a photo, though, I could actually just click on it, and I could say, hey, I need to upload an image, and I'm going to upload this photo, and it's going to automatically enter it in. Once you're done, you can save and print, or save an email, or just save that flyer. All of your saved content goes into My Saved Content here. And then you can click close, and it takes you right back to that edit listing screen. So you're not having to go 100 different places. Hey, I'm working on my listing. I'm going to schedule it out for posting. I'm going to get my showing request link and put it in the MLS, and then I'm going to print an email flyer. And you're not having to go to all the different tabs here to get that done. You can do it all from within the listing edit screen. You also can go in and schedule an open house. So we are pulling your open houses from MLS. So if you're putting your open houses in MLS, then it is going to go into the system. But if for some reason maybe you have someone else hosting an open house, you can go in and you could say, hey, Lee Ricks is holding this on this Saturday. Actually, maybe he's holding it on Black Friday from 8 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And Ryan is holding this on Saturday. And you can get all of your open houses scheduled all in one foul swoop. Again, also allowing outside agents or agents other than the listing agent the ability to hold those houses open. Put in your times, click finish, and those are added. You can always see the open houses that are scheduled underneath this open house tab. You also can go into listings and open houses and see the dashboard of all the open houses at your company. We're going to go through that in just a moment. I want to make sure you know everything you can do in your actual listing first. So any questions on that open house tab? Cool. So underneath the actions, you have the ability to attach an automatic marketing plan and action plan to a listing. So you can go in and you can say, add a plan here. And when you do that, you can see that there are some new listing action plans here. I can say, hey, this is a new listing checklist that I want to save. And then it's going to automatically put all the information that I need to do on that listing. These actions automatically will populate on my to-do gauge here. So I can see here that I've got add to Realty Pro, that it is my listing at 1909 Griswold Drive. I can view that listing then from here. I can also mark that as done. So I can say, hey, I need to mark this as done. The note is added to Realty Pro, link here. And then you paste the link or whatever it is. I click save. And now I've got a note about that done. You can always see the actions here. So I can see here the action is complete. And I can go in and I could edit it. I can see my description and everything that's there. You also can attach files. So if there's a property condition report or a plot map or a survey that you want to attach to the listing and have be made public. So it's something that is going to display on the listing website. You can upload a file here and it will display there. So know that that is a capability that the system does have. We talked about the open house tab. There is a full showing software within here. So I know many of you are using your own software for setting up showings. Some of you are using this. If you're looking for something to help you manage your showings, know that you can use this showings tab. You choose what you want the confirmation to be by the agent, by the seller or the agent, by your company, or just auto confirm. So if it's like a vacant house, do you want the seller to be notified? Yes or no? Do you as the listing agent want to be notified? Yes or no? What are the instructions for the agent who's showing the home? These are things like, please leave your business card on the counter, or make sure all lights are closed. Don't let the cat inside. What are the geographical directions? North on 95, east on Van Buren, north on Cyrus Street. And then any notes for you. So the notes are for you when scheduling. This could be something like seller has Bible study on Wednesday nights, no showings on Wednesday nights, or whatever those notes could be. Then if you want to go in and create a showing request, you can actually create a showing request here. You would click create a showing request. You would start typing the agent's name. It's going to pull up and automatically insert their information. You would say, hey, this is being showed on this calendar date. It's being shown on Friday at 2:15 to 3:15. Is it pending or confirmed? Is it a showing or an inspection or a preview? What is it? And do you want a reminder? Yes, no, or maybe. And do you want to send out a survey? So if you've created surveys within, you can say, hey, I want to send out this survey afterwards. You click save and close. And then you have a running request of your showing. So I can see here on Friday from 2:15 to 4:15, Karen's showing, it's confirmed. And this is a running list of all your showings. So if you don't have a tool for that, know that you have a tool available within here. You also can set up seller reports. So once you attach that seller to your listing, you can set up reports to go out either weekly, bi-weekly, or every 4 weeks. So I can say, hey, I want this to go out every week. You can set the competition standards. So you can say, hey, I want to see listings between 360 and 380. That's the competition range. The square foot has to be at least 1750. It has to have at least 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and all of that. You also can then go in and choose the location of the competition. So by zip code, by building name, by map, or by community, I can actually click on the none selected here, and I can actually click communities that match that competition. On the right-hand side, under report features, you can click and add individual reports or sections of the report to what you send. So if you don't want to include showing activity, just don't click those boxes. And then you can always preview that report by clicking the view button. When you do that, you can go in, you can see that the listing agent will always be demonstrated here. It will show information about their listing. And then as you scroll down, it's going to show all the interaction with that listing and what's happening with it, as well as the competition below. Oh, sure. Does it show the actual picture of the house? Yes. So it will show the picture of the house here that you have. Remember that we went in and actually said, hey, we want this to update from MLS, and it hasn't refreshed yet because this is a demo account, but it pulls the images from here that are pulling from MLS, and that will show in the report. Any other questions? What's really nice is that you can set this every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks. The other nice thing is when the seller is in their portal, on the home screen, in their portal, on your website, it's going to show those statistics. So here's the address, here's the photo, here's how it's being found. This is exactly what's happening with all things in your listing. So they have access to it at any time, but you can also set it to automatically go out. Alrighty, let's talk about open houses. So we talked about how to schedule your open houses here. Notice that if you're on the details page of it as well, you have an opportunity to open the open house sign-in right from the home screen. So for every open house, we are creating an open house sign-in. You can go in, it's going to pull open up that listing. It's going to show a photo of that listing and all of the MLS details. It will show the agent who's hosting the open house here, and it gives the client the ability to digitally sign in for information. And they say, I'm looking to move never, and they sign in. They can instantly text or email this property to them, and this screen will automatically time out in about 30 seconds, or you can mark finish, and it's going to edit it out of there as well. So once you've done that, those leads go into the hosting agent's CRM. So the hosting agent will get those leads here in their CRM. But if you do not have access to see all your company listings, so you can't get to that page, you can always go to the open house dashboard. So listings and open house, and that's going to open up this page. So I can see all the open houses that my company is hosting, and I can go in, I can locate the one that I'm holding open and say, I need the sign-in page. So again, to get there, we went to listings and then to open houses, and we scrolled till we found it, and we went into actions, sign-in page. So you can see them all there. And that is a really great tool. It's a great lead capture tool. It's something that's available to you for free within the system. and you can access that at any time. Any questions? So just want to quickly go through everything that we've gone through so far. We've been on our main home dashboard. We've accessed our listings here. We've talked about going in and sharing those listings on social media. So going in and saying, hey, we want to go in and say actions, share on social, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, or see the website. We also can go in and edit the listing. We talked about adding images. We talked about adding action plans to listings. We also talked about uploading attachments to make them public, using the showing tool and the reports tool. We also, underneath listings, talked about how to access your open house dashboard and access those sign-in page from within the open house action plan here, sign-in page, and we've got that information. The last thing I want to just quickly touch on is if your company is using the video tours, underneath listing and video tours, you will see a dashboard of all of your listing videos. So I can go in, I can see everything that's here. And if I say, hey, a video is made for this Hollyhock Court, but I don't like the video, I can just click on it and open it. And if I want, I can go in and I can drag and drop the photos, or I can replace the photos. So if I click replace photo, I can go in, I can select a different photo to go into that space, and I can really create a visual tour that I like. Once I'm done changing out my photos or rearranging them, I can click create. It's automatically going to re-render the video, and I will get a notification that a new video has been made. So again, to get to that screen, we went into listings, video tours, and then we clicked on the video tour that we wanted to edit. We dragged and dropped and replaced photos, and then we clicked create in order to create that video.
The last thing that I want to touch on is how do you attach an action plan
automatically for all new listings that are coming into the system. And you can do that. Where you're going to do that is underneath your profile. So you're going to go to your name in the upper right hand corner, click on profile, and then underneath preferences, you can scroll down and you can see your default action plan section. So you can add a just listed action plan. You click the magnifying glass next to the action plan and you can select that from the list. You also can do a just reduce, again, selecting it from the list and not forgetting to click save in the upper right hand corner. So how we got here was we went to your name, your profile, and then to your preferences tab. About halfway down, we found the default action plan section and we attached the new listing and the just reduced action plans. So now whenever I have a new listing come in or a just reduced listing come in, I know that there's automatically going to be a marketing plan attached. So that was fast and furious, a lot of information in a short amount of time. I want to make sure I'm respecting your time, and I know that you've all got a lot going on with a shortened holiday week. So if there are not any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and end this webinar. You will be getting a copy of it today into your email inbox. It will also be posted to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. And I really want to thank you for your time today. And I hope you have a fabulous day. We'll talk to you soon.